Summit today. It's really a pleasure for me to stand here to discuss about women, because that is my passion and that's the reason why I'm here. As the summit of the team says, it is a team for financial literacy, women's financial literacy and empowerment summit. That is what the team is all about. You might be wondering, why Women Financial and Business Empowerment Summit? Well, today we are going to discuss about savings. We are going to discuss about income and spending. We are going to discuss about money management and other issues also that has to do with finances. In our discussion today, we are not just going to know about what we are to do to start our business. We're also going to learn how we can start our business so that we can make good financial decisions. Most of you are here to learn a skill, isn't it? Some people are learning bead making, some people are learning makeup and gelatine, while some people are also learning computer literacy. Why is it important for you to be here today? It is really important because a lot of you, after finishing your training, what will you do? Most of you will go home straight, right? Some will start up a business, while some will remain at what? At home without doing anything. So we want each and every one of you to be a change you want to see. You want to start from yourself. And that is why we are training you here. So that you are not just learning for yourself, you are also learning and training so that you can be able to train and empower other women. So if you're done with this training today and you're not using it to empower and train other women, then of course we're not doing a good job here. And that is why most of our facilitators are here. It's not because of the money. It is because they want to empower you. Because they have a skill and they want you to also learn that skill. So that is why we are here today. We are going to talk about many issues about your finances, how you can start up a business, what you have to do when you want to start up a business, how you go about your savings so you don't make a loss. Let me give an example. My mom is a typical market woman, and one of the issues she has is her finances. You know why? Because a typical market woman, when she goes to the market, she makes sales. What happens? She now brings them back to the home. Before you know, she has nothing left for her, no savings left. So we are going to learn how you can be able to manage your finances so that you can make good financial decisions that will help you, not just now, but in the what? In the long run. So as we go about this summit today, I would like to share a brief insight about age. A lot of you are here and you know that you are talking about age. African Girls Empowerment Network. What is age? Age is a registered non-governmental organization that advances gender inequality. So gender equality in girls' education. It's also a governmental organization that's into women empowerment and training. So we want to make sure that we train women, we provide support for undeserved women. When we talk about undeserved or vulnerable women, we are talking about women who do not have a chance because of the fact that they lack so many resources around them. So we are talking about undeserved and vulnerable women. Vulnerable women are women that have been faced with domestic violence. A lot of women are vulnerable. They have no helper. They've been faced with child abuse. Some girls have been faced with child abuse. Some women are faced with domestic violence. Some have been raped. So we're talking about issues. How to help women who have faced so many of these issues so that they can be empowered and become dependent. Our passion for humanity and for the need for women inclusion in the economy and social development in Nigeria was the reason why we founded or we invented the Vet for Women program. What is the Vet for Women program? The Vet for Women program simply means vocational education training for women. I repeat, vocational education training for women. The vocational educational training for women is a way in which one to empower women to be financially independent. Why? A lot of us want to learn a skill, but because we do not have the resources to learn or the money to learn, what happens? Most of us go for it, isn't it? But this Vet for Women program gives you an opportunity, gives all of us an opportunity for us to come here and learn free for 3 months. It is not an easy task for you to learn a program, a skill for 3 months. So it is an opportunity for you to come here, learn a skill, so that you can become financially independent so that you can have a means of livelihood. So you don't depend on anybody. Because most of the issues that we are having today about domestic violence, rape, abuse, mistreatment is because a lot of women don't have a means of what? Livelihood. That is the truth. When you are dependent on a man, what happens? You give room for abuse. When you meet a man and say, I want to buy parts today, you meet a man today, I want to buy clothes. The next thing, he feels that he owns you. And then he begins to abuse you. So that is why the Vet for Women program is here. So that you can train. Please, I want to sound this now. Please take it seriously. Take it as your life. I also want to be a part of it, but I can't. It's a wonderful opportunity. You don't get that anywhere. So make use of it. Grab it. Grab the opportunity for yourself. Be hardworking. Learn it very well. Let me tell you why you need to learn it very well. If you don't learn it very well, can you be able to teach somebody?
No.
They will say, come and do makeup, and then one is big, one is small. You are not making any impact. So learn it very well, so that next time I want to see one of you as the facilitator. That is the truth. That's our pride. So I don't want to be the one teaching computer training next time. I want to be one of my students. I don't want one of the facilitators to come, but I want to be one of the students here. And that is the impact we are trying to make. Because we want to create and make a change in the lives of women. Another of our projects that we created or invented is the Moment for Women TV talk show. Now, the Moment for Women TV talk show is a platform where women can share their stories, their struggles, and their achievements. It is for women who want to get a better insight about the issues that affect them. A lot of women are afraid to speak out. Why? Because they are afraid to be. A lot of women they face child abuse, domestic violence, some have been raped. But instead of them to speak out and seek help, they choose to remain what? Silent. And when a woman remains silent, it can be traumatic to the person, psychologically and emotionally what? Traumatic. So we want to give women a voice. We want you to come on that program and share your stories. Let me tell you something. Keeping silent cannot help anybody. If I don't share my story, if you don't share your story, nobody will get help. So, but when you come on that program to share your stories, tell us about your struggle. Is it struggles in your family life? Is it struggles in your businesses? Is it challenges you've been through? Is it challenges in your marriage? Have you been raped? Have you been abused before? Has a man mistreated you? Has a man slapped you? You know, issues that are crucial to women development. When you come out and discuss about the struggles that you have, you share your story, it can move other women to come out and share their stories and get needed help. That is the key, and get needed help. When a lady is raped, the first thing that goes to her mind is what will people say. So she chooses to remain silent. So just keep it between herself, because she doesn't want to be mistreated. She doesn't want to be stigmatized or labeled. See that girl, she's the one that was raped. Nobody wants to come out and say it. If it continues like this, if the trend continues like this, of course, a lot of women will continue to face these issues and nothing is going to be done. And they will continue to live with it for the rest of their life. Imagine you living with a traumatic experience all the days of your life. Some of them get married at the end, but they are not happy inside because they want to bring this pain out. They want to channel this pain out, but they don't know how to channel it. So that is why the Moment for Women TV talk show was invented. Please and please, Age Network is doing something. We need you to recommend us to others. We need your financial help. We need your financial resources. A little donation can help save a woman's life. A what? A little donation. Like they say, a little what? River, a little water makes a what? A big ocean. So just little money you bring, she brings, all of us bring, we can be able to gather this fund to be able to help other women. So we want to get to the point whereby when you're coming next time, you don't have to share computer. We want to make it possible that when you come next time, you have the tools that you need for bead making, you have the tools for makeup and glitterine, you don't need to borrow, you don't need to go extra miles to get your tools, you have everything in place. We want to come to that extent, and that is why we are here. Most of us coming here take sacrifices. And so one of you must have seen me coming home late. Alaja, you see me coming home late. Sometimes I leave here late. My manager leaves here late. These are the sacrifices we make to ensure that women have a voice, to ensure that women are financially independent, to ensure that women are economically inclusive.
Hell,
why?
Please,
Please, we want to ensure that women are financially and economically inclusive. That is our point. Why? You and I are marginalized. That is the truth. The society doesn't allow women to grow beyond their limits. If you're working in a place, for you to advance is a problem as a woman. And if you see women that are on top, the thing that goes to everybody's mind is that she must have slept her way there. That is a wrong misconception. Because people believe, why must it be a woman? Why must Onye be in this place? Why shouldn't it be a man? You understand? So we want to change things in the society. We want to create a change. It cannot be done by just me. You and I need to come together to what? To create the change we want. Like I always say, you can be the change you want. And I always say, be the change you want to see. If you want things to be good for others, you start from what? From yourself. Be the change you want to what? To see. I quote it. Be the change you want to
see.
Be the change you want to
see.
Start from yourself. You are the change. You are the point of contact for anybody. If a woman is going through pressure, a woman is going through pain, it is the words that comes out from your mouth that can comfort that woman first, before she even thinks of coming out to tell others about it. But when a woman tells you a problem, the first thing you do is to condemn. Some people are very good in condemnation. You condemn the woman, you begin to talk, why did you go here? Why were you here? Will the woman seek help?
No.
She will bottle it out and hide it. So let us be the change we want to see. Let us start from our words, from ourselves. So listen carefully and please have a wonderful time throughout these 2 days. Our partners were supposed to be here yesterday to talk about savings and business startups. So I'd like them to come briefly to discuss about business startups. So they'll give us a brief highlight about business startup. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Wilson and Mr. Wilson talk about savings. Can we put our hands in applause for him?
Okay, and I'm going to start with savings. Now, what is savings? Savings means taking a chunk of an income. An income is what you make and put it aside for the rainy days, for emergency things, for things that you want to do in the future. That's what savings is all about. Okay. What we preach is that as you work, as you do your business, it's very important that you keep a sizable amount of your earnings and put them away for future purposes or to attend to futuristic needs. We all have things that we want to do. We all have ambitions that we want to meet. I'm sure for the ladies, you want to buy a very fine hair, Brazilian hair. For the guys, you want to build houses. For other people, they want to get into school. They want to further their education. Okay? If you earn and you do not save, it becomes very difficult to achieve that ambition of going to school, building that house, going to get your fine hair and all that. So we always preach and advocate that before you even eat the money that you make, take out at least 30%. 30% means if you make like 1,000 naira every day, take out what? 300 naira. Okay, and keep that as your savings. That's a good habit. And you don't necessarily need to want to go to a bank. You can put it, there are different ways to save. You can put it in a piggy bank, but we advise that you put it in the bank. If you can't reach a bank, you can put it aside or keep it with people that you can trust. Okay, but we all know that when you give people money, the trust dwindles. Money and people don't go hand in hand. That's why it's always good to put it in the bank. So it's important that you try to make savings and keep them very good and keep them safe. Now, when you work, like I said, and going back again, you have to save because you need to build something. And there are two things that come in hand in hand. You save for things you want and again save for things you need. There are wants and needs. I want to eat because it's necessary for me to eat. I need a place to sleep because it's necessary for me to have shelter. So food, clothing, and shelter are basic things you need to survive. Because you cannot eat, you won't be able to function. Health, they say, is wealth. So if you can't take care of your medications, all right, you will not be able to do the things you ordinarily would do on a day-to-day basis. So health is important, and that is why we have to come to divide or define what is a need and what is a want. I want a phone. I need to make a phone call. I need to make calls to my friends. You get a phone. I need an iPhone. I need a Samsung Galaxy. These are two different things. If you get a low phone and you get an iPhone, do you make the same calls? When I call you, would you say Wilson is calling you with Samsung S8? Or would they tell MTN tell you, Wilson, thank you for using your SIM to load on a Samsung S8. For that reason, you're going to get 1,000 airtime. It doesn't happen. At the end of the day, the call goes through, which is the basic thing that you want to do. So, do I want a phone? Do I need an iPhone? So, wants and needs are things that are very close. You might find it very difficult to differentiate it, but you need to differentiate it. Give you another example. I need to eat food. I want to eat that. I need to eat food. I want to eat food, right? And I need to eat in a hotel. If you go to the market and prepare your food, will it be any different? Will it taste any different? Or will it give you more elevation if you go to a hotel to eat that food? It's not the same nutrients. At the end of the day, you're still going to pass it out in there, right? So at the end of it all, we are achieving something here, we're getting something. So I'm trying to create a distinction, a separation from what you want and what you need. It's important to take care of the things you want. So that's why when you save, you actually save for the things you want first. I am not saying that you should not save for your parties. I'm not saying that you should not save for your fine hair or the things that the goods or the fine things of life. It's very important at this point in time, as you grow your business, as you grow your empire, you save for the things you want. So that way, you are actually attacking the basic things of life. Alright? And when you grow financially and you grow your business, you can afford to actually save for the things you need. So in the hierarchy of importance, your wants and your needs are something you need to actually take into consideration. Alright, so your needs are important and your wants is something you have to look into. One other thing we talk about here is the importance of having a bank account. Remember I said that you need to save. Many a times you don't have that financial discipline. So for instance, if I say I want to save 300 naira every day, things might come in. I might walk down the street and see a very fine, maybe a fine thing I want to get, maybe a fine t-shirt, a fine piece of gala or something that you see on the road, and you go ahead and buy it. You want to expand to this floor, and as you're growing, you want to expand to the floor down. Before you know what, you want to be global and worldwide. You want people to be calling you from different places. Little drops of water makes the mighty ocean. All right. They also say that a journey of 1,000 steps, 1,000 miles begin with one step. And what's the step for financial freedom, financial liberation? Saving. You need to learn how to save. I encourage us all here, small, big, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, it is not too late to start the habits, the culture, the religion of saving. You'll be amazed if you have been saving as little as 10,000 naira from the start of January per week. If you're saving 40,000 naira from January down to this time, you know the amount of money you want to do. Then you now have that belief that, oh, all those things that you thought that were hard to achieve are easily achievable. It's also important to have a list of all the things that you spend and what you spend on. And at the end of the month, you assess yourself and say, okay, what did I spend on and how much? When you do that, you know what that does for you? It shows you what you spend your money on the most. And it shows you how to curb and reduce that if it's not a necessity. Alright? If it comes to a want, or a need, you now define, okay, what do I want? What do I need? Okay? So you have to understand what your wants are and what your needs are, and spend appropriately and apportion what it is you want to apportion. So I encourage everybody here, starting from today, to write out everything that you spend on every month. So at the end of the month, you can now give yourself an assessment. How well did I achieve or do I spend financially? What is it that eats my money the most? Is it airtime? Do I eat too much? Do I spend too much time on the road? Do I travel a lot? And when I travel, of what importance is that trip to me? When I make the phone call, of what importance is that phone call to me? We are living in a time where we have to be business-minded, in the sense that I can't be giving my time, I can't give my resources if nothing tangible to me comes in. You know, nobody wants to go and stand outside and waste his time, nobody, and gets nothing. Because in the end of it all, it falls back to you. So, I'm going to wrap up right now, okay, so that my colleague comes in to take the next session. But it's important to also state here that if you have questions, please pen them down, alright? After the session, I'll be happy to attend to the questions. But remember, I will take care and I'll leave here with a parting shot. Alright? Nothing happens by chance. You need to be intentional. Whatever it is you have to aspire to become, you can't just fold your hands and wait for God to just open it and say, look at it for you. No, you have to work with it. There is a Yoruba adage I remember, I'm not Yoruba, but they say that when a man sees two twins playing and he comes to a room, he will carry the person, the first twin, that makes attempts to what? Crawl towards him or stand. That person will carry. So your ambition, if you don't walk towards your ambition, alright, it won't come towards you. Thank you very much.
High school, in secondary school, my mom used to bake cakes and donuts and meat pies. And she used to stuff my bag with it so that I don't have to spend money in school. Now every time I get to class during lunch, all my colleagues will have to walk to the kiosk to spend money to buy biscuits for lunch. I already have more than enough in my bag. So one day I thought about it. Why am I wasting these cakes? I'm already tired of eating cake. If you eat cake on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, by Friday they are sick of cake, you know. So all of a sudden I started selling cakes in my class. So instead of my colleagues to go and buy biscuits for 10 naira then, 10 naira, 5 naira, I would sell my cakes that are actually worth 100 naira. My mom sells 100 naira in our store. I used to sell it for 20 naira in my class. So, and my dad then would give me 20 naira to school to buy money. But I just knew that what's the point of wasting, you know, this amount of money. By the time it was the end of the year, you know, to have Christmas parties by the end of the year, I was buying my own Christmas clothes, buying my own, you know, shiny earring and you know, I didn't know that I was, you know, having a business by that point in time. So the moral of that story is basically that you can start your business at any age, at any time. Gone are the days where you have to be a graduate and you have to have left university before you start looking or doing your business. At any age, at any point in time, you can start your business. What is business? Business is essentially, in layman terms, an avenue for you to make money, to make profit. Doing something that people will pay for and you give them and you make money. That's essentially it. So there's no age, there's no time. You start at any time, you can start at any age. The earlier you start business, the better you become, the more chances you have to make mistakes, fail, and start again, and you know, reinvent and do all that. How do you start your business? Exactly what Mr. Wilson came to talk about. One of the ways you can start your business is by using your savings. So it's very essential and very important to save money to start your business. You can also solicit from family and friends. If you have a good business idea that they are interested in, they can invest in you. You can have, why do you have so many friends? Why do you have, a big family? I'm very sure some of us come from big families. And people that have money that they don't know what to do with. If you have an idea that they are interested in, you can talk to them about investing into your business or giving you a startup money, and you have a plan. The second thing you need to take note is when you want to start a business, you have to have a plan. What is it that I want to do? How do I want to get there? What kind of money do I want to make at what point in time? Those are important things that you need to write down and take note of before you start your business. Secondly, it's the best, from my experience, I've realized that it's best to do business is something that you actually are passionate about, something that you like to do. Because guess what? If you are doing business because everybody is doing that business, more often than not, you find out that those people will move forward and you will be running into issues. Meanwhile, you are doing the same thing they are doing. So it's always best to start a business with something that you actually enjoy doing. Now, this session is for women empowerment. As women, I totally believe that women are the youngest and the special types of things in this world, because we are made up of so many things. You have people who are just doing business with hair, just hair. There's the rest of the body that women are making business, just hair, imagine that. So there's so many things you can go into. Thirdly, you need to, apart from the things that you're passionate about, you also have to think about your immediate environment. Charity begins at home. When you want to start a business, think about the people around you. What do they want? What do they like? Because I might be in this area and I might be selling cars that people in this area cannot afford. Yes, I've started a business. The idea is good, but guess what? I will not sell because people around me cannot buy this. So you have to think about the people around you. What can they afford? What can they buy? What do they like to buy? Business is not just about goods, it's also about services. So sometimes people think because they have the goods, they cannot sell, that means business is bad. Or the people in their village are after them. It's not like that. Sometimes your attitude as a business owner can wreck your business. So if, for example, I have all the goods in the world and I cannot even talk to my customers in a way that they feel comfortable with me, they will not buy from me. They will rather take the pain and enter a bus and go all the way and spend money somewhere else just because they don't like my attitude. Do you understand? So it's not just about the goods, but also the services. You as a business owner, you are not just a salesperson, you are also a customer services person, because people buy based on relationships. There are reasons why I will go downstairs and go to this madam's shop, because she's always smiling with me, she's always laughing with me, she's always asking me if what I bought yesterday has finished. She has new stock, she's feeding me information. When I'm going there, I already know that she has already told me that, oh, this thing has almost finished, but I'm going to the market, by next week I will have more. So I know that she's going to have more by next week. Instead of going to the other person's store that I will have to go to 3 times in a day, and the person saying, did I tell you that I don't have? Do you understand? So there's and I'm very sure we are surrounded by people like that, that are just selling for the sake of selling. But if you want to get ahead in the world that we are in today, you have to add good attitude to your business. And you also have to have a positive attitude when it comes to your business. And I'm very sure a lot of us are on social media or online or Facebook. You see people showing their success stories. It's not like that all the time. You will fall down sometimes, you will fail sometimes. You need to take it easy on yourself. You need to dust yourself up. Think about the things that you did wrong that make business fail or slow down, and start again. Take into cognizance those things so that you don't repeat those mistakes. Also, have conversations with people. I'm very proud of everybody that is here, that is sitting down in sessions like this, trying to learn, trying to know what to do. Because a lot of people are stuck in their ways. We're in a very fluid world where things are changing every day. So you have to be abreast of the information. What are the things that are going on? What are the things that people like? What are the things that I need to know? What are the skills I need to add in order to make my business unique compared to other people around me? These little things are things that are They are very little, but they are things that can easily make and break your business. Now, one last thing before I go. When it comes to business and finances, we need to draw a line that this money is the money for my business. It's not my personal money. We need to start learning how to draw that line. Because a lot of mistakes I have seen that people make in their business is that they touch their business money for personal use. And guess what? By the end of the day, you think you made profit, but you could have probably even made much more. So for example, you sell maybe Ankara and all that. You're supposed to have made, by the end of the month, you're supposed to have made 100,000 naira in profit. That's after you paid all the bills you need to pay. You're supposed to have made 100,000 naira out of that business. But guess what? You are counting 50,000 naira and you are praising God and giving testimony in church. Because you have used out of the 100,000 naira to buy Ashwabi for another person's wedding out of your own business money. You need to separate that line. And how do you do that? Pay yourself salary. From your business, pay yourself a salary. So when you are starting your business, assign yourself, this is the amount I'm going to pay myself because you are your staff. As much as you are the owner of the business, you are also your staff. Because you are the one that is running up and down trying to get business. So you are the sales girl, you are the cleaner, you are the driver, you are the person that is doing the generator, you are the one that is buying the business, you are the importer, you are the exporter. So you are you are the sales girl, you are everything. So you need to pay yourself. So assign yourself, this is how much I'm going to pay myself from the business. That way you can clearly see what your real profit is. And you stop cheating yourself of your money. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So please keep all these things in mind. Remember, one of the things you need to do is to ensure that you are doing what you love to do. Enjoy your business. Let your business be your hobby. So that when you wake up, you are looking forward to going to work. It will not look like punishment to you just because you want to make money. Alright, so I hope I've been able to answer this. Thank you very much.
Okay, so majorly I'll be taking us through women in business. Okay, and I want to believe a lot of you have learned makeup. Or is that what that's what you do? So when you want to make beads, somebody has come to you to make a request for bead. When you want to make beads, what are the things that you need to get to complete like a set for somebody? For those of you that don't know. I spent, let's assume I spent 1,000 naira on all of this, or I spent 1,000 naira on all of this. Just an illustration. I spent 1,000 naira to make purchases in the market. So, and I come back, I make it, and I sell this thing at 5,000 naira. How much profit do you think I made? 4,000. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. I need a going to say 4,000 naira. You went to the market. How did you get to the market? Did you drop? You understand me? You have to consider your transportation. Just like Lola has mentioned, you have to learn to pay yourself. There must be a labor cost. If you don't factor all of that in, you'll be thinking you're making profits. But at the end of it, you just realize that you're doing business and it's the same thing all over again. To be honest, your transportation, your labor. When you're going to deliver whatever you have to deliver to this person, are you going to have to transport yourself there, or the person is coming to pick you up? You understand? So it depends on whatever agreement you have with the person. If the person has said, I'll come and pick it up in your shop, you have to factor that in. That is no cost to delivery. But when the person is expecting you to come and deliver it, there's a cost to delivery. So you have to factor that in as well. Another part is, if you have a a location, like you have a shop, at the end of the day, you're going to pay for the shop space. You must be able to narrow down to how much you have to pay every day in a shop location. That will help you to consider whatever you're doing in business. So if I have a shop that rented for 12,000 naira per annum, I'm paying 1,000 naira a month. There's a cost every day on that shop. If I don't consider all of that, it becomes difficult for me. Then when it comes to the time when I want to pay my rent, then I begin to struggle up and down. These are little things that we do not pay attention to and really matter in business. Am I asking a question?
Yes.
It matters in business. As little as your cost of transportation, your labor, your rent for your space. And I'm sure that even all of this, when you want to make this, of course, you don't want to take the bill to the person dangling in your hands. You want to package it for them. That wasn't mentioned here. Whatever even if it's just this simple, very little nylons that will cost you maybe 20 naira, there's a cost. A lot of times, if you consider your transportation, your labor, and all of that, you probably spend another extra 1,000 naira. I know when you're making all those purchases, you're thinking in your mind that, oh, I've made a profit of 4,000. Then when you're spending, you're spending the 4,000 in bits. But in reality, when you count all of those costs, what you've actually made is 3,000 naira. But later, you now realize that while you're trying to spend, thinking you've made 4,000 naira, for this particular transaction, you should change yourself with 1,000 naira. Then gradually the business begins to depreciate. Do we all understand?
Yes.
So it's very important that you take account of everything. Your total cost of production involves every little thing that helps you to get that product out. There are some things that you need to consider. The kind of books that you have to keep on the basic, the minimum level. Sure, you don't mind me, always like friends. You need your sales book. What do we understand by sales book?
Yes.
You use that to record whatever you sell. Whatever you sell. Even if you go to the market, you bought a bid for maybe 500 naira. By the time you get back, somebody that also makes it comes to your shop and says, oh, I like this and I want to buy. And the person comes to you. Sometimes you say, okay, you're my friend, let me just give you for 600. Right? Thinking you make extra 100 naira, but you transported yourself. You're going to pay your shop space. The time you spent in the market is valued. Because maybe that time you went to the market, somebody came to your shop and did not meet you, you missed one business. So you must be able to place value on everything you do. Do we understand?
Yes.
So if somebody comes and you sell the beads to the person, let's assume you sell 700 naira. So you're counting your cost, I made 200 naira. No. In reality, you might not make more than 50 naira on this particular transaction. Do we understand? So please, if we have this understanding, it will help us to do business better. I can see mothers here. I understand sometimes you're struggling to pay school fees. You want to send your child to school. If you're paying yourself salaries, you must be able to take that out of it. And you understand the economy, it's not easy to do that. But you have to discipline yourself so well that you do that. Do we understand?
Yes.
Now, another book you need to, on the minimum, I'm giving you the basics that you need to keep. Your purchase book. Each time you go to the markets, you must be able to come back and account for everything that you purchased in the market. I bought beads, I bought books, I bought For people in the makeup line, I bought powder, you buy brushes. Each time you go out and use your brush, for every brush you buy, you must be able to account for, okay, I buy a brush for 1,000 naira. Okay, I hope to use this thing 10 times before it gets spoiled and I need to replace it. If you buy for 1,000 naira, that means for every customer you use it for, you're depreciating that thing by a value of 100 naira. You must be able to count that cost. Sometimes you go to the market, like somebody that does makeup, the day you want to replace it, then you now begin to struggle. Because you have thought in the past that, oh, I've made this for myself, but you didn't make provision for the day you will have to make those replacements. To be understand. So when you go to the market, you come back, you put the cost of your brush, your hooks. Now, you guys were mentioning things you needed then. You didn't talk about your plier. Because you think you'd have had it. That plier is going to spoil something. Do you understand me? That plier is going to spoil something. By the time it gets spoiled, how do you intend to replace it? So for every use, on the average, you have to be able to, when you buy an item, just like a company will buy a car, and tell you that we're going to depreciate this over 4 years. It doesn't mean at the end of 4 years that car is going to be spoiled. But the thinking is your value at the end of that 4 years, you know that you won't get the best from it again. So for everything, you must be able to apportion a cost, put a value to it, look at when, do a proposition within yourself of when that particular product is going to end. Do we all understand? So on the minimum, these 2 books are very important for you.
She said, my name is Emmanuel from Sage Foundation. Now, my colleague has spoken extensively. They've given you the practical, they've given you the knowledge you need to get from saving down to starting up your business and what you need to do thereafter by keeping your books and how you need to provide your costing, which is very, very important. It's a very selling point that most people miss when doing business. You know, you have 10,000 rand, you want to go maybe buy your equipment, you withdraw money from the bank, I believe so. That will be there in your statement of account. So it's good to have a statement of account so that you can track your expenses and expenditure versus your income or what is currently in your account, domicile in your account. Am I making sense? So invariably, what I'm going to say by financial statement is, one, have all what you spent in a month, details of all what you bought, and also what the profit you made at the end of the day. Subtract A from B, right? So to keep that check, you need to have all these statements in place, and over time, go back and review them day to day. And also, when you see that, it gives you a red flag. Now, okay, what do I need to do to improve my business? So you already have a base framework that says, okay, you know what, you're not doing well, so what do I do? Now, she made mention of, oh, am I going to deliver this goods to the person? The person is coming to my shop. So that is where you need to provide that, okay, if I'm doing this for you, I'm going to charge you X amount if I'm going to deliver to you. But if you are to come to my shop, I'm going to sell this to you for 10K. But if I'm doing it, I'm going to sell it for you for 15K if I'm delivering. So the customer will now decide, okay, you know what, I think I go with the option A, let me come to you to pick it up. What happens, you solve an issue, then you block it and go with them. Then next time you don't fine, if it comes, I'm giving the person for 10K and I'm still making by 2,000, 3,000 profit. Then the next thing you need to do, okay, what do I need to add up to spice up my profit or increase my sales? Because it's all about sales. You have an item, you do X, Y, Z, but you need to have sales at the end of the day that brings what revenue, what generates income and profit. So now, okay, what do I do? I'm doing this bid, I only have one design. Why don't you add another design to it so that I have 2 or 3 or 4 designs, right? That will bring different people. And going back to your startup, okay, now I'm doing this bid making or makeup for only this level of people. basic economy is whom to provide for, whom to produce for. You know what? I'm doing for only this people, this area. Now, let me look at people that are lucky and sell my design too to them. What are we expanding your business? With that, you generate more income and revenue. Taking account all the things that we mentioned, so you are good to go in business. So when you look at your cash flow at the end of the day, it's now what equalize, and you say, okay, fine, yes, I'm making money and business is good to go. Are we following? Yes. So it's very important to keep records and to know how you're doing in business. So evaluate yourself monthly or monthly, or you do it quarterly, or or half a year. Then with that, you can say, okay, fine, my business is stable or not. Then if you want to increase again, you can say, you know what, I do business in this area, I want to move my shop to another area, or I want to have another outlet somewhere. Or you want to do another product development, I want to go into another area or line of business. So these are things you need to think to create wealth and to make your income boost further and further in your business to sustain your business. Are we fine? So I think I'm done with the financial statement.
Okay.
SAGE.
Okay.
It's not an acronym.
Sage is the name of the company that we work for, and we have a foundation that caters for women and children, that support organizations that cater for women and children. So that's why we have Sage Foundation. Sage is the name of the organization. I'm sure for some of you, you read about Sage accounting applications and things like that. So that's the company that's
How you pay myself?
okay, let me explain that. I like that question. Your depreciation, like I said, you have a product of 5,000 naira that you're selling to somebody. While you're accounting for your costs, that is what has helped you to get that product out. You went to the market to 20,000 naira. When you counted all the other costs, like your transportation and all of that, you have another 1,000. Your depreciation for that particular flyer, maybe 1,000 naira, because it goes out by the time you use it like 10 times the product is gone. You bought it for 1,000. So for that particular product you're trying to produce, 100 naira. So you add it to your cost. It's still part of your cost. So you have to take it out of your selling price to be able to identify your profits. Do you understand? Exactly. So like you're making provision for next time when you will need to buy another bag.
That application cost is also put aside.
It's part of your, it's accounted for as part of your cost price. Do you understand? Now, because you are depreciating it, it's not like you're going to the market to buy something of 100 naira. You can put it aside. I always advise people, you're a business person. Nothing says you can't have more than 1 or 2 accounts. When you're providing for those things, those fixed assets that you have, you can choose to have an account where you say, okay, my flyer, 100 naira for this particular product. I save 100 naira there. You're trying to grow money there so that when you need to make a replacement, you have somewhere to go to pick your item. When you say you're just accounting for it in your books and all of that, it becomes difficult to get the physical cash when you need to spend it. So you can have an account, but you can have a piggy bank. Kolo, I don't know. Does everybody speak Yoruba here? You understand what it is? There are different types. You can buy the metal one for your fixed assets. You can buy the mud one for your salary. You take it at the end of the month, you break it and replace it. You understand what I mean? So you have different options of you just have to be able to discipline yourself and enforce how you'll be able to get this money. So the time I'm dead, that business should be there. As little as bead making, you can leave it for your kids. As little as makeup, you can leave it for your kids. It can become a generational business. To be understand. As little as baking, I'm sure a lot of us would have heard of cakes and cream. I'm sure if that woman is not alive today, that business will continue. because the structure is there. Do we all understand? Any other questions? Okay.
How do we make good profit in terms of our business?
I can hear you.
How do we make good profit in terms of our business?
How do you make good profits in terms of running business? This is a part of the things I've been explaining to you. Now, by the time you're able to apportion all the costs that helps you to produce that item, you would get to know whether you're making profits. You know, when I started, I explained that you have a product don't sell at 5,000, but because we went to the market and spent only 1,000 naira, you're thinking in your mind that you're making 4,000 naira. And to you, you would term it as good profits. But by the time you put the costs of everything it takes to produce that particular product, you have already spent about 2,500 naira. Your shop, your plier, and all of those things. But on the long run, your profit is just 2,500 naira. Do you understand? Before, because you were thinking in your mind that you're making 4,000 naira, it now depends on you to decide whether that is good enough for you or you need to add to your revenue. Then you now begin to look at means of adding to it. If you know that, okay, people come to buy beans, you don't have people that come to buy beans all the time. But you know that in the location that you have, if you're selling those bean items, you make additional profits. You can include that. One thing, just like Lola said, one thing I like about the fashion industry for women is you can sell 1 million and more things. The fact that you're making beads, you can sell jewelry. You're making beads, even attachments. The fashion industry now for ladies, you see a lot of ladies inside, even when they don't have enough money to make a lot of things, they still make their hair. She understands. That's why you go to a lot of salons now. It's them selling jewelry, they're making hair, selling attachments, they sell fabrics. Because when you come, sometimes you have a need for all of this. You're not here to make your hair, but you see like 4 or 5 other things that you need, and you're able to pay. And you that you're doing business, you're able to make profits from that, just that one business. Do you understand?
Someone asked a question yesterday. She said, how can she get money to fund her business? How can she get money to fund the business? So we just repeat it and then we explain to them.
Okay.
Get funding.
Funding for business. I think I have something like that. I wanted to refer that to you guys. Funding for business are different means of getting money. You could approach a bank, microfinance banks, but one thing I will tell you, just today, microfinance banks are not the best options for you to fund business. I don't know if you guys understand Yoruba. They call them Bobule Lanta. Do you know what that means? Yes. You're collecting money, but you're putting yourself in fire.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So someone tells you you collect 50,000 naira today, but you'll be repaying 5,000 naira, and you're going to pay the 5,000 naira for 2 years. Or you pay 7,500 for 15 months. That's a lot. If you're going to look at how to start business, how to fund your business, you can start yourself by providing services so that you can save up to start a buying and selling business. If you approach,
in addition to what she said, a lot of people believe that they have to have 10 million naira before they can start anything. That is one huge mistake we all make. You can start by selling one item, just one item, and take the profit from that and add the savings you have and buy 2 and sell those 2 items. It's not all the time you have to start by having 10 million naira in your account. Sometimes you have to start very small, not just small, very small. And then, like I said in the beginning, we actually have contacts, we have friends and family. If your business idea is interesting enough for them, they can actually invest in your business. Carry on.
Do we all understand?
Yes.
Now, for people in the makeup line, let me give you an instance. You want to start the makeup industry, and you want to get into the makeup industry. First of all, whatever business you're doing, you have to make sure people around you believe in you. I want to do makeup. Somebody that, she has a makeup pouch. She wants to do makeup. You can approach somebody and say, I can do your makeup for you. I don't have my tools yet. I'll use your own items. And you pay me for the service. Gradually, you begin to save money or to buy your own thing. Maybe for that particular service, you are able to buy yourself a brush. And you don't have to wait until you can afford to go and buy the designer brushes. There's so many things in the market right now. Start from wherever you can find yourself. I realize that there are some of us, especially the young ladies of nowadays, it's very important for us to get money for data on our phones. You have 500 naira. That 500 naira, you can start a business with it. Do we understand? So let's look for a service you can render. Some of us will say that, oh, I can't do this dirty job. But you know the focus you have. If you have to work as a cleaner to save up, maybe for the next 5 or 6 months, and get money to start your own business, do it. If you begin saying, okay, you want to approach for loan, you want to get this, you want to get that, most times you get yourself into trouble and you never get out of those kind of loans. Okay, he said, what are the factors to be considered before one's business can get insured? Now, if you're going into insurance, don't forget the fact that you pay a premium. For any insurance company to be ready to accept your insurance, they must see your books. Your books must be up to date. They want to see your income, they want to see your expense, they want to see your financial status, they want to see everything about your business. They want to be sure you're transparent enough. They want to be sure you're not cooking books. Because if you cook books for them and tell them that your business is worth 3 million naira, and later they give you the premium you're supposed to pay for it, you realize that you can't even afford to pay your premium. It's bad business for them. So you have to, for you to think of insurance, you have to be sure that your books are in place. Even if it's a 100,000 naira business, everybody must be able to identify that they can earn more. You won't spend above your bills. If you spend above, you'll be in trouble. I'm sure by then you'd have probably stole from somebody and the police officers are around the corner looking for you. So the main thing is for you to do business, first of all, discipline. That's the key thing. Even keeping your books, keeping your records, you have to be disciplined to do it. I've been to small shops where I see people that somebody comes to buy as little as pure water. Before they attend to the next person, they tell you, excuse me, I'm coming. They're going there to write pure water, 10 naira. It's not because they're being foolish, but because they want to be sure that they can keep record for it and account for everything at the end of the day. So we understand. Now, so just like I said, I'll use the 5,000 naira bit. Right? You can call it a cash book, you can call it a sales book, what have you. And another thing I forgot to mention that puts people in trouble in business is you selling on credit. That's a major problem. Anybody that doesn't want to be your friend because you don't sell to them on credit, let them go. You don't need them. They are only vision killers. They are not going to help you. The thing is this, if you collect your money immediately, you can go to the market and turn it over. And you make another profit on it. But somebody comes to you, buy bits from you, and 3-4 months, they are still there. The money you used to call the person to come and pay yourself is more than the profit you are making on the item. So what's the essence? I tell people, if you don't want to be my friend because I'm telling you, you can't hold me, safe journey. It means you're not ready to help me. If you're not going to make me better than who I am today, then leave me where I am. Don't make me worse. So we have to be disciplined enough to identify these things. Do we understand? Okay, so in your cash book, you have sold something of 5,000 naira. This is my cash book. That's my sales book. My purchase book. if you know that it won't be easy for you to model things up in your purchase book, you can have as many things as many books as possible. You understand me? You can have a fixed asset, or like you can even call it just an asset register. You understand me? What are the assets that you're talking about for somebody that makes things? Your flyer. You understand me? Now your fishing line, that thing is about 200 yards or something, I don't know, about 100 yards. You must be able to measure, if you bought it for 1,000 naira, you need to be able to measure how much a yard is. So if you're making beats for one person and you use 1 yard, you must be able to identify the cost for that particular thing. Those are the things that you itemize here. Do you understand? Please, am I passing across any message? These are the little books that we expect you at this stage of the game. I'm not going to come here and be telling you how to prepare your financial statement, how to draw your double entries and all of that. I'm just going to be giving you a headache, and you might never be able to do it. But with these 3 things, it will be very easy for you to know whether you are doing business or you are just wasting time. To be honest, like I said, most of the issues we have is not because people are not doing business. People are doing business, but we sell on credit. Honestly, I know people that will not like to be my friend, but I don't care. I'm a Yoruba girl, sorry. I know all those adages. Oshabole thing. You understand? So please, you'll be happy to see that you have closed your shop. They are the ones that will tell the next person, should probably like that city shop. No, stand on it. Sorry, when you have your money, just because the next person, you've sold to this person, you've not collected your money. Somebody else will come and meet you and say, do you have this thing? Then begin to bite yourself. And you'd have been able to sell for cash, sold over that cash, get more profits. Please, do we all understand?
Yes.
Are you happy with us?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let's please take a picture of them so that I can run something.
Thank you, Sage Foundation. Sage Foundation, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sage Foundation. We love you.
My name is Onyinye Okugo. I'm the project coordinator of Age Network. I'm very happy to be here to give a brief insight about the 2 days financial summit for women. Day 1, we learned about savings and business startup. And one of the key information we learned about savings is the fact that we should set a target for ourselves and that we should make efforts to make sure that whatever money that comes to us, whether in form of our business or in form of salary, we should set aside some amount of money for saving. Now, this saving is important so that in case of any future occurrence, we can use it to help ourselves. And one of the things one of the speakers said is that if we don't have a good network of savings, if anything happens tomorrow, we might just fall down flat, and that can be financially risky to us, and also it can also affect us emotionally and otherwise. We also talk about business startup. For business startup, we learned that anybody can start up a business, whether you are young or you are old. You can start up a business in your local environment. All you just need to do is to find a need. So once you see a need in your local environment, you can start from there. You don't need to have money to start up a business. And also, she gave an example of you can start selling. You can start from your own self. You can start selling one item. It could be frying of or doing chops and the rest. Then you start selling from your local environment, from your home. You start selling from people, and then you continue to expand. So as you expand your business, you also need exposure. So when you start from a local environment, you start telling people around about your business. Before you know it, you go online. When people know what you're doing online, you get a larger audience for your business, a larger market for your business. Another thing she talked about was that you should also know the difference between your needs and your wants. She said your needs are the basic thing you need to live, like food, clothing, and shelter. These are the basic things you need. And then she also talked about your wants. What are your wants? These are things that you need just to satisfy your emotions. For instance, you want to buy a new phone, you want to buy a Brazilian hair, you want to buy clothes, you want to buy shoes. These are wants. So you need to set a difference between, or a limit, or a demarcation between your needs and your wants. So when you set the difference between your needs and your wants, you will not be able, it will make you to be able to know how to spend your money, so you don't spend more than you are supposed to spend. She also talked about bookkeeping, and then one of the two books that is important for small-scale businesses is your sales book and your purchase book. Now your sales book is a book where you record every sales transaction that happens daily. So for every customer that comes in to buy any product from you, you have to record it. She also talked about, the speaker also talked about purchases book. So when you make purchases of items, meaning if you buy goods, you have to record it in a book. Now the key that she said is that when you have both your sales book and your purchases book, you'll be able to know how your income is going, what is coming in and what is going out. So by the time you are done with it, you minus it from your income, then you get the leftover. From that leftover, you can use it to pay your salary and then put it back into your business. So another speaker also talked about financial statements. He said you need financial statements so that it will make you to know where your business is heading to. Are you making financial gain, or you are making financial loss? Now when you have your financial statement, that's your sales book, your purchases book, and you record everything, the money used for delivery, the money used for transportation, the money used for miscellaneous. When you record this, when you have a good recording, daily recording, when you have a good daily recording, it will help you to look back on your books to see where you are falling short, so you don't run at a loss. So basically, these are some of the things we learned today, and I must say I learned so much.